On today's episode of Unbinged, we're talking about the Pitt Season 2, Episode 3. Dr. Robbie, you damn liar. Dr. Santos, you're wrong. But for now, we'll see. And you know what? There's nothing sadder than a 50-year-old man on a motorcycle. We're going to discuss all that and more on an episode of Unbinged, starting. Welcome into Unbinged, the podcast where we break down the shows, movies, and news you love to binge. I'm Alfredo Brown. I got Jagger and Matt Kopfhamer with me. Guys, you want to just pull all of our meds to the middle of the table and have a fun podcast today?
You know, I
absolutely.
Do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the spoiler warning here first.
This is your one and only warning that we're about to spoil the Pit. So, catch up.
We learned so much in this episode. It was not a character-driven or doctor-driven episode. It was more patient-driven. But we learned, one, how they get beads out of children's noses. Just incredible. We are not parents. Haven't done that. Haven't had that experience. We learned that Pittsburgh, the pyrotechnics capital of the United States, potentially even the world. Didn't know that. And yeah. Wow. And then obviously, like any good family, you just pull all of your meds into the center of the table. Cough? I'm sorry. I got to go out to our resident expert in the field. You ever pull your meds into the center of the table?
I may be white, but I'm not that white apparently, because that is a new one to me. That is
check.
Oof.
Let me tag in, Cough.
Okay.
Slap hands.
I saw our resident Southerner who is adopted by very white people. We joke that my dad and stepmom don't take all their meds. They pride themselves on it. They're like I don't take all my meds. So they've got a literal pharmacy. So sometimes I roll up. I'm like, this hurts. And my stepmom's like, I got you, fam. I will say that is wrong. You should not do that. I do because I'm poor.
Highly illegal.
Yeah. What they're doing, that's just unhinged, man. I'm like, you don't have any crackheads in your family? Because I'm just like, man, you really? So you guys ain't for real white trash if you ain't got one crackhead you're worried about.
It's just a narcotics golden corral in the kitchen.
All it takes is one schizophrenic to throw the pot off. You get one antipsychotic in there and somebody's having a bad day.
Grandpa took how many pills?
Show up. It's like,
yeah,
family style dinner. Just
they got Olive Garden of just pills. It's crazy.
When you're here, your family.
When you're here, you're fucked up.
And you're tripping balls.
Okay, so we learned a lot of cool stuff in this episode and got a lot of fun insights. But with this being a more patient-driven episode and less about the doctors, what was your favorite storyline from the patients? Jag, I'll start with you.
I think mine was really just, I'm interested in the security guard thing, and it seems like it's going to be a small compounding thing because this showed interest. It shows great storytelling without having to give that exposition. Like you hear Netflix, we need to explain we need to explain the plot. Immediately, you know that this security guard is an idiot when he's like, "What's up, boys?" And then the girl officer turns around, they look at each other. He's just like, "Oh, officers." Right off the bat, you know this motherfucker is just making snap judgments, snap decisions that are completely based off his own bias. And this show does a good job at teaching you little subtle lessons, even going back in this is another thing, the Asian couple got in a wreck. He's like, you realize what matters. Does this happen all the time? And Dr. Robbie's like, yes. I think this lesson 100%, especially the things that we have going on in our current environment, it's going to be a huge lesson on stereotyping. And I think police training, a lot of these rent-a-cops, giving them tasers and shit like that.
I think what you're describing, Jag, is a future ICE agent.
You said it, dog. I wasn't going to give us the dislike this time, but you put the quarter in the jukebox, so I'm willing to play, baby.
Cough is the meme of the guy standing in front of all the swords.
Yeah.
Just taking him to the chest.
Protecting Jagger.
I have seen that one.
Totally different meme, but we're just going to move past it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking.
Don't worry about it.
I know exactly which. Doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, moving on.
Irrelevant, Your Honor. Cough, what about you? Favorite patient storyline?
So, So I have two, right? So the first one that I'm kind of locked in is the little girl and the dad, because we finally get the dad showing up. And while I still don't believe he's abusing the daughter, he definitely has some like explosive anger issues, and he might be abusing or abusive towards the ex-wife and or the former girlfriend now, the ex-girlfriend, because she straight up dumped him in the ER and said Independence Day, bitch, and walked out. That was fantastic.
Gangster.
Yeah, it was. So I'm locked in on that because it shows again that Dr. Santos being so vigilant might come at a cost, because she might jump to conclusions that unfortunately aren't there, even if her best intentions are there. And then secondarily, the one that I'm most worried about is actually Louis. Like they keep going back to him, and I'm like, I feel like something bad's gonna happen, and we're gonna lose Louis by the end of the season. So that's the one I'm like most worried about.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to unpack there. Let's start with Louis, because like that is one where I was joking as we were watching. It's like I don't think he makes it out of the season. Like he can't just keep being Norm or Kramer and just like he pops into the hospital and the studio audience claps for 10 seconds as he's there. They're like, oh, he's back. He's drunk. Yay. Let's pump his stomach. Like I think this time it's different, to like quote every movie trailer for a sequel ever. And like I think there's something wrong with the tooth. There's something that's going to be really bad with the tooth. Like it is an infection that is bigger, scarier than we may have thought at this point. Because like you can kind of feel it. Like the tone around Louis is a little darker when you're there. Like you're actually seeing him in pain. We've never seen him like that before.
He's sober. That's what it is, man. Like he probably's not used to feeling that much all the time.
Yeah.
So do you think he's an angry sober, like the opposite of an angry drunk? Like he's a happy drunk but an angry
all
sober?
Alcoholics are angry sobers. Like after a certain, like that's just,
it's not their personality anymore.
Yeah.
Like they don't even know how to be. So yeah, I think I'm with you on the Louis thing. That's the one I guess I'm gonna say most worried about, because I think that's the character that we know the best. The little girl with the ITP, which by the way, like let's just to give the recap on what that is: immune thrombocytopenia. All right. Practice that one. An autoimmune bleeding disorder where the immune system mistakenly destroys platelets, causing a low platelet count, which impairs blood clotting and leads to easy bruising and bleeding. Well, that's a good curveball that we got on that patient. But I loved what they did with this. Where it's like, Dr. Santos, yes, she's wrong about what she thought was happening, but she's maybe not wrong about the person. Right? It's kind of like, I think doctors are around people often enough and situations often enough where they can almost sense it. Almost kind of, I hate to make this analogy. Like a dog can sense if like a person's actually good. Like animals are good judges of character. I feel like doctors are often like good judges of situations, even if they are wrong. Does that make sense? You can downvote me, guys, if I know.
No, what if the dog
I know what you're talking about.
Crime? No, I'm just kidding.
Great reference.
Netflix, you'll be hearing from us.
No, Alfredo, what you're saying though is right, because they've brought it up. I forget exactly who it was, but they were talking about spotting fakers, like looking for pain meds. And so it's like, you get around the situation enough, you get around people enough, you start to pick up on who's genuine, who's actually in pain, and who's just looking for a quick pain med. So I think you're absolutely right. Like it's experience, it's time and experience. And you see, unfortunately, people at their worst. And so you start to pick up on some of those patterns. So I think you're absolutely right. Maybe not about them being dogs, but you know.
Yeah, and you need to give Dr. Santos credit for all the haters. She's a bully, because like we're going to talk Javati. Like I'll make sure we do on here, but like she was quick to immediately try to de-escalate that situation when she's like, "Hey, I got info," like no shouting, and even corrected herself when she's just like, it means that you got a pathetic patient and an idiot doctor, and that's like very self-deprecating. That's not. Obviously not how you want to describe a patient, and that's not what she really means. I think she means more, if anything, to the parents than the actual little girl. But I agree that I don't think she's all the way wrong, man, because I take it back to like, your girlfriend's dated you for 6 months and she's not sure if you're abusing your kid. 6 months? That must mean you got like, and the way he popped off immediately in a hospital like that in anger, there's got to be something there to where maybe it's not so much physical, because I don't know. Like, she says she bruises all the time. I don't know, man. It just a huge red flag. And maybe that's the lesson here, is that it may not be a physical abuse. And Dr. Santos needs to know that even the mental abuse, that may be not something that she can handle. And I'm curious to see, especially we get a lot of this social worker time, is someone else can step in and maybe help deal with this situation. So hopefully the little girl can have a nice environment, and then maybe the dad can improve himself as a person, or he's going to be forever single doing that shit. So,
I mean, the dad needs therapy. He clearly has rage regulation
that's
issues.
what I was getting. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Jag and Kopf, like with predicting what is going on with the dad and the daughter. Yeah, we were wrong, but like we were in the right direction. Everything was not as it seems, but it still seems. Like dude has
wrong?
Crazy anger issues.
Because I've been calling it from the start that he's not actually abusing his daughter.
Kopf, that is correct. You were correct.
Yeah.
Okay, pimp. Sorry, I stepped on your toes.
He literally
Jesus
looks down
Christ.
at you. Kopf's like, who was wrong? I love it. That was
Yeah,
sassy Kopf.
come on now. Don't lump me in with you. Come on now. I called this shit from the start.
For now.
Christ, Kopf, man.
For now. Wait for the Shyamalan twist.
All right, we're going to talk more about the rest of these patients, everything that happened from this episode. But before we do, guys, you got a bunch of ways you can enjoy this show. First is right here on YouTube. So if you're watching, take a sec to like this video, hype this video, comment down below, and make sure you're subscribed to Unbinged. Because not only are we talking about the Pitt every Thursday, but man, we've got a Night of the Seven Kingdoms every Sunday, also on HBO. We're only 2 episodes in, so if you are watching that, keep up with it. We just did 28 years later, The Bone Temple. That was a great movie that you guys got to watch and talk about. And then, guys, we have our Tuesday trending headlines, Tuesday News Day. Every single week, we're going to talk about all the things you need to know in the world of entertainment news, movies, shows, everything. So please, if you're also listening on audio, take a sec to leave a 5-star review. You guys have been crushing those. We're up over 70 reviews over on Spotify, up over 25 reviews over on Apple Podcasts. Let's get to 100. Let's get to 100 on Spotify. Let's get to 50 over on Apple. You guys are making a huge difference for us as independent podcasters. So please keep that going for us.
Let the Apple people show that supremacy with 5 stars. Say, like, we're better than you. So,
The eye supremacists? Is that what you're looking for, Jack?
I'm one. This isn't hate here. I'm far. There's only one here that's not. I won't call him out. It's not Alfredo.
You say Apple supremacy. I don't fucking know about that, buddy. Maybe 10 years
I have a
ago.
yellow iPhone, FYI. So continue.
Kopf, what's it like to be a minority?
You know, it's an uphill
Is this a fun
battle every
experience for
day.
you now?
Oh man, we're getting dislikes now, baby.
See you on the other side.
Pull a Danny DeVito. I'm going to say the N-word. No.
Uh-oh.
Always one step too far. Let's go into the next patients.
What are the rules?
Okay, so Jag, you mentioned the security guard with the student, and as we were watching, like I said, this feels very. Once again, we might be wrong, but it feels very George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin coded, where we find out that this patient who's freaking out had 0 drugs or any kind of narcotics in his system. But we do, however, have a taser, the barbs of the taser, in what seems to be the spine, in the brainstem, perhaps. And that could totally be affecting everything from movements to speech to whatever. Honestly, I wish that we could have gotten an answer from Vig on this, but this, once again, things appear not great in this situation.
It's brutal, dude, and it's like homie tried to slip out. He did slip out, right?
He did. He slipped out
At the
at
very
the
end.
end.
Yeah.
When they
Security
when they
guard
did
got when they did the code black, and the security guard was like, "Oh, we gotta do a betting pool," and then dipped out right there.
Dude,
But
that's
one thing I
something
want to
interesting
point
that
out,
they keep kind of throwing in there, regardless of situation, is people that just like peace out from the ER. And I'm sure that happens plenty, which is why they keep doing it. Whether it's the guy who leaves and punches Dana in season 1, or the daughter of the mom who they think is gone, or this person who has left a baby in the bathroom, which, by the way, what's going on there? And then now this guy, a security guard, who just dips out. Like, it's something that does appear to be like very, very common.
One thing I noticed was his like speech and how he spoke, especially when he was talking about the student. He's like, "Oh, he's an animal," and it's very like we were mentioning it in the episode, Jag, where it's like, is this racial coded? Like, is this him being like slightly racist, or is this like what is this? Because it seemed very pointed how he was describing.
They're called microaggressions, Cough.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. But he
That's an inside joke for us, everybody. So you'll be a part of it someday.
One day.
Keep going, Cough.
Of course. But yeah, so his speech pattern was very alarming. And so it's like, is this the first time he's pulled this shit? Or is this a pattern of behavior that he instead of de-escalating situations, he over-escalates, if that's a term. I'm not sure. But that would be, I think I'm most interested in learning more about him and like what's going on with his situation. And like, is he a menace on campus?
Yeah, I have a friend who, and I won't mention names or anything like that, but like he always fetishized police and the military and stuff, and like inherently he
Have
wants
a Punisher sticker on his truck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he drives now, but like kinda, yeah. Like I can imagine, like, and I mean, since we were in middle school, this motherfucker, all he wanted to be is in the military, and some of that is very unhealthy obsession. Some of that is like, it comes from like, you genuinely think that you want to do good. You want to be a hero. And then that's kind of the bad thing where you hear in movies like, I don't want any cowboy shit. That's kind of what a lot of these.
God damn it, McClane.
Yeah. Like these tubby security guards. Thank you, Koff. They literally think they're John McClane. This guy thinks that the only thing saving this library, the only thing standing between this library and a crack house is me. And my taser. And when you get that opportunity, he's like, fuck yeah. You hear Foo Fighters in the background, you know, there goes my hero. Yeah, and he's ready to go. He's so fucking ready. That's like, I live in the South, man. So many people are so ready to use their weapons against someone. It's wild. And I'm not saying that I'm anti-Second Amendment or anything. I'm just like, man, you are ready to kill a motherfucker so quick that like I don't even think you're thinking of the weight of that. You're just thinking about the meme, kind of.
There are so many people who get into a position of power, and like they've been waiting their whole life for that moment, even if it's just a little bit of power. A mall cop, a parking guard, like anything like that happens, and we see that all the time. And we're not trying to generalize either. Like before we get the angry comments, we're not generalizing against all police officers. We're not generalizing against all military, people. That's not it. In this very specific scenario, though, this is someone that I think has been painted as a character that is overstepping what his legal grounds are. And I think it's really interesting for at least something that I've seen where, I mean, you guys have seen it too, Get Out, where you see Lil Rel in there as the TSA agent, and you can see how someone overstepping their typical bounds and saying, I'm just like you guys, we get the same training as you, sometimes probably even more, I know more about some of things than you guys do. Like some of that stuff can be charming. This character is not charming in any single way. No. Like there's not a single thing that seems to be redeeming about this character early on in our exposure to him.
If anything, I'm trying to give credit to military and cops because you guys have training for the most part. You know,
restraint.
This is in restraint. You're taught these things. Like a lot of times these security guards, like, you know, that motherfucker wanted to be a cop and he was like probably small and tubby and not very smart. Yeah,
he probably medical or mental. You know what it reminds me of? Have you guys ever seen Observer Report with Seth Rogen?
Oh my God, Koff.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Seth Rogen from Observer Report. Yeah, he's probably got like a big old like 357 Magnum that he goes to the range every week with, and like you said, fantasizes about being a good guy with a gun that can stop a bad guy with a gun, because that's always the scenario that they have in their head.
Yeah, that's a perfect pull because literally he couldn't pass the mental test because he was saying all that shit of like given scenarios and fantasies of what he was going to be doing, and that's
And then the student is Aziz Ansari. That's what's happening right now. He is fucking with the kiosk
Why
guy.
would I want to blow up Chick-fil-A? It's fucking delicious.
But you know what? Like, this is what the Pit does, and I think they give us these kind of windows into reality in very, like, just quick. It's almost like a drive-through window. They're so fast in how they're doing it that they don't hit you too heavy-handed with it, because they could be very, like, overly heavy-handed about it, and people can roll their eyes at an episode and be like, oh, okay, here we go, we're making the ICE comparisons or the police comparisons or this and that. But it's a real thing, and like to see it in this quick pattern, I think is actually, I don't know how helpful it is for the story, but I think it's a lot more effective in the storytelling, is that they're doing it quickly like this.
Well, they also trust their audience to understand what they're telling. They're not holding our hand and hitting us over the head 3 fucking times with, oh, this another character is explaining what's happening. Like, they trust the audience to pick it up and run with it.
That's why I brought up in the beginning where you knew, like, they set the tone immediately where he's just like, how you doing, boys? He's like, right here. Literally, like, he had the whole pick me thing. They're like, you know, we need to meet someone who shot a black kid. He's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, pick me.
'Twas I, sir.
Man,
Where's my medal? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of patience through this one, so let's try to get through all of them. Our redneck race car family.
Yeehaw.
Fucking pill roulette.
What a great, like, just what a great thing to put, because, like, you know that these are real stories. Like, you know that there's nothing that they're pulling into this script that isn't real, like, from real emergency rooms that doctors have dealt with on a daily basis. I kind of love this because it brings in the brief moment of levity between all of the other dark and horrible shit that we keep seeing.
I want to know from people in the comments, how many of you have experienced something like this with your family? Like, do you guys have a pill table that you all just dump in and then go?
Oh, I love this.
How common?
Just a bowl.
How common
Just a bowl
is
up at the front of the house.
Yeah.
I got an orange one today. I wonder what this does.
Like, again, like I told y'all, my family's close, but I have to ask. I'm like, hey, I have this. And they're like, cool, I got this for you. Like, I can't just go in willy-nilly and just be like, oh, cool, what's the blue one do? You know?
Do people still have medicine cabinets?
Yeah,
I feel like
dude.
that's not a
Hell
thing
yeah,
anymore.
they do. My parents got 2. They got one with the prescriptions, and then they got one with, like, the heart meds that are like the blood pressure
The
shit.
unfun
and
stuff.
The unfun stuff, like the everyday stuff, like vitamins. You know, my dad's like, this is for my joints. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting there. You know? It's like,
My dad just takes, like, all of his things and just throws them, like, crushes them and throws them into protein smoothies every morning.
Oh, that's pretty smart, actually.
that's
Yeah.
actually smart. I kind of want that as well. I take a lot of supplements, so like I'm like, man, I don't want to take these pills like this. Everything should be a gummy, man. Everything should be a gummy. It is 2026 as of
Give me my
January
Flintstone
1st
gummies.
this year. Why the fuck isn't every pill in gummy form? We're not trying hard enough, millennials.
It's 2026 as of January 1st this year, as if it is not that case every year.
I'm making an official decree that it is 2026.
December 32nd, 2025. It never
Jag
ends.
just holding up an executive order like he's Trump. January
yeah.
1st will be the start of every year. From
We
here
did it, guys.
henceforth.
We solved the calendar crisis.
In my second executive order,
Calendar crisis.
like RFK, get on that shit, dog. Get on it. What? Like, you want me to take some shit, RFK? Make it a pill form. Like, or excuse me,
Make it a gummy.
form.
Make it a
We'll
gummy.
make everything into a gummy for you, Jag.
Make gummies great again.
Magaga.
Oh no.
Why does RFK sound like he's always taking his shit? Like, he sounds like he is battling through a monster turd at all times.
While he has mono.
All right. So okay, we got security guard and the student, little girl and the dad, Louie, redneck race car family. We got a few other ones here. Brain tumor guy.
That's just
And
getting sad, man.
it is sad. It is sad. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully we're gonna see that like everything can be okay, but they do this thing that I think the writers for the Pit do really well is they string you along with, yes, I already said like these windows of reality, but then there's like the glimmer of hope where it's like, yes, we are gonna give you sadness, but we're gonna give you this slight shimmer of hope that makes you keep wanting to watch this, so you're not just getting the depressies all the time. And with him having his ex of like 3 or 4 years ago be his emergency contact, and then she shows up and she's like, wait, could he have had this tumor for a while? Because years and years ago he was getting into fights with strangers. Like, did I leave this, essentially what she doesn't say is out loud, but essentially, did I leave this man for someone, or did I leave this man because of a medical issue he was having, not because of who he actually is? And you get almost that glimmer of hope, Cough, where you're just like, oh, they're gonna get back together.
I was waiting for him to hook up in the emergency room. I'm just saying.
One for the road.
Cough's like, we need less burn victims, more fucky in the ER. Cough. Is that it?
Yes, please. Yes, please. I don't want to see that burn leg again. Ugh.
Still better
That
than
was
Skinny
gnarly.
Pete with the fucking maggots. I'll take that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Those maggots will haunt me for years and years and years. So
I genuinely hope, because like the way that she said, she's like, if as long as he doesn't change it, keep me as his emergency contact. Because you really got to think that she loved him, and he was just, if you're getting in fights with strangers, yeah, you're just out of hand. And we talked about just how angry Bruce girl's dad was, that ITP girl's dad was. Could he have had that energy? And it's quite literally because he just has pressure on his frontal lobe. Like his like prefrontal cortex is just fucked by a mass right now. So I hope that is the shining silver line we get in what should be an increasingly stressful season. Because as we know from the previews, they're about to lose. They're about to go analog, so it's about to get spicy.
oh boy.
This episode, I think, did a couple of very interesting things across like various patient storylines, and I think that one of the big themes from this one was relationships, and like not any two relationships are going to be the same. They're all going to be unique. Some of them are about relationships and how time is fleeting. Others are about relationship and how things get passed down. Others are about like being too codependent, and like there was just a lot of things they did here, and I think they handled I guess I'm going to call it a non-doctor episode. I think they handled a more patient-centric episode pretty well, because it has now established some emotional groundwork for things that we can see in our doctors later. Whether it was Dr. Robbie being told that him being a 50-year-old man on a motorcycle is sad, or if it's Dr. Santos kind of going through everything with her two patients, or the one we haven't talked about here is Dr. Langdon and doing the thing where he's getting the beads out of the little boy's nose. And I mean, the Dr. Langdon redemption arc is like that tour keeps going strong. And now you've got him out here giving quotes about being a father and fatherhood and what you're doing and how important you are to your family and to your children. I just thought that this was a great way to kind of tie it in.
Yeah,
Does Dr.
and he's
Langdon
not
have
just
kids?
doing
Do
it.
we know that?
Yeah,
He does.
Yeah,
He has at least
they were talking
two
about it in
that we
season
know
one
of.
where he was like getting a dog for the kids.
He bought a dog, and,
Yeah.
and Dana's like, "Your wife fucking hates you dumbass." But
He's like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was high.
I'm an
Damn it,
addict.
Ricky, I was high when I said that.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going.
You could be second, you'd be third, hell, you'd be fourth. Anyway, I love that not only was he talking to the patient at that point about being a father, but also the nurse, I believe, who's there with him, who's a new father,
a new dad.
So he's getting
Yeah.
he's getting both dynamics at the same time, and he is not only providing comfort for his patients, but he's also giving reassurance to his coworker. So I think that was a really beautiful moment for Dr. Langdon, and showing again, yes, he's an addict, but what's most important is like he is a good person underneath that addiction, and he's still fighting to do the right thing.
I think we're meeting Dr. Langdon for the first time, for real.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, because it goes back to like the patient with the mask. addiction's kind of the same thing. It is a condition, and him being a complete asshole to Santos. And actually, that was the only person he was truly an asshole to. Like Dr. Mel King loves him. He was great to everyone else. It was just to her.
Because Santos called him out.
Exactly.
She was
it
on
was
to him.
straight up. Yeah, it was addiction thrashing out type thing. So like for me, that is that stink that's around him, but that's slowly clearing away after seeing it's like, man, this guy's just probably a good fucking doctor. Let's just say it. He's got good bedside manner. He treats his team well when he's not threatened by them, at least, So I'm here for the Langdon redemption arc.
There's a really good contrast here too between he and Louis, who we started the season with, of him coming out to first and saying like, I had an addiction to pills and I was stealing from you and I was on pills while I was treating you. To now see like, okay, Louis sober and he's kind of miserable, but now Langdon is sober and he seems to be a very different guy, Jag. Like you said, we're meeting him for the first time. Like we're seeing a dude that's almost an enjoyable character, almost like someone who I say, okay, if Dr. Robbie leaves on a sabbatical, the ER is probably in good hands because Dr. Langdon is there along with a bunch of these other doctors. Like he actually genuinely helps. He can be a point of leadership and not a hindrance, not someone that we're worried about.
Yeah. That's a great point there. And I think one reason I think it's underrated. I like Dr. Langdon's storyline, and at least for now, it's a good palate cleanser because like when Vig, our buddy Vig goes to work every day, that's the kind of doctor and I imagine he does. Oh, you got a bead in your ear? Don't worry, I got it for you. It's like, oh, do you have a boo-boo? I can help you. Not like, oh man, you got maggots in your arm and you could die, and oh, your wife left you because you're being a dick. Sorry, that was cancer's fault. Like we get like a break from those storylines.
By the way, little boy putting beads up the nose to shoot him out like rockets. That feels very real. That's very real. Little kids love putting shit in their nose, man.
Yeah.
I told you guys, my sister put a bead in her ear. She was pretending it was an earpiece. She was like doing like this and put it in her ear.
See, that seems to me like smarter than putting up your nose. Like it's not smart, but it seems like a better idea. Like I can understand that, whereas like putting up your nose, like why the nose?
So okay, enough with the beads, enough with the kids. We got a lot of like cute or like quick storylines from patients. The one that I think was I don't want to say most prominent, but it felt like just the most ups and downs throughout the episode was the car crash couple. The car accident couple, and you're learning as to like the husband can't move his extremities, and then you learn why, and the wife has internal bleeding and injuries that she thought she was fine, and then you get this touching moment at the end where the husband's like, listen, I just watched this other couple fight, man, and it makes you realize what's important. And he has this moment where he asks Dana to film him giving a message to his wife, and I know that we're not made to believe that his life is in any imminent danger, but the fact that he just wanted to have that recorded now, it gave me those same vibes. Like as I was watching, I started to tear up. I was with you guys, like you didn't see that, but like I started to tear up because it made me think of my wife and it made me think of those moments. Don't you fucking make fun of me, Jag. I could see it on your face.
Why would I make fun of that? I'm not a monster.
I don't know.
Guys.
Ew, you have love in your life. Gross.
Jesus, you guys want me out like to be a fucking villain. Like I'm happy you're happy, dude. That was a very sad moment. Like you said, you learn that a lot of this stuff doesn't matter. You're gonna like, oh, I'm gonna get mad that my wife wants to take a trip with me. That's.
So I have two thoughts on that scene. One is I'm worried now for the wife. I don't know if she survives her internal injuries, especially because they waited so long until she literally passed out to check her. And then two, I don't think he knows he killed a guy. So I wonder if he's going to get that reveal of like, you were in an accident and the other person didn't survive. He was on a motorcycle. So I wonder how that's going to impact this husband. And even if his wife survives, we're going to see something there. Or we could see the double whammy of he loses his wife and then learns he killed the guy. And then he has to deal with double guilt. So I think we're in for still quite a ride with this couple, unfortunately. Oh, no
that
pun
would-
intended.
That would be crushing. Just I don't think I can handle that much sadness for that one character right there. Like
That's the wrong kind of sad for me. Like that's not.
that's too much.
Yeah, I like the sadness. It's like, oh no, I accidentally made a contract with a demon and my life's over. Like that's different than that.
We need a little bit.
Now I know you've been watching Supernatural. So
I have. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
that reference
we
is
need.
too pointed.
The re-binge episodes need to happen of just Jag watching Supernatural.
You guys can subtly hear where I'm at in Supernatural by the references I make.
Crossroad demon, huh? Got it.
Wait till you get to. Never mind. I'm not going to spoil it. I can't wait to see where you get to. Okay, so I think that hits all the patients, right? Yeah. Jag, I know you're dying. You're dying to do this. Oh no, it does not hit all the patients. I'm sorry. We got one more.
Forgot the
Jewish
the
grandma. Jewish grandma burn on the leg.
Bubby.
Undressing Dr. Robbie the entire time he's treating her. Just dressing him down. Not undressing. Dressing him
Yeah,
down.
I was like, easy, champ, easy.
I got you.
She wanted to undress him.
She did until she found out he was stupid. I mean, that was just straight up grandma wisdom, where you can't even
perfect.
you can't even argue with that. He just got to sit there and take it. It's just was Dana around? Because I feel like Dana would have just been in the back, been like,
That's what I need. I need like a podcast or talk show with just Dana and that patient, and just them just ripping on Dr. Robbie and everyone else in the ER.
It's like, I love the way she says, Mr. Digby. Like, I don't know. Like, everything she says is perfect.
Mr. Digby. I feel like they'd be a fun, like the Muppets, the two old guys in the theater. They're just talking shit the whole time. Like, that would be a perfect duo right there.
That would be.
Here's a fun one where people talk about replace everyone with Muppets except one person. Mine would be the Pitt, and just
Dana.
charge nurse Dana is the only
Yes.
one that's human.
Yes. 100%.
I want to see her interact with Miss Piggy because that would be fireworks on screen.
Oh my God. We need her in more stuff. We absolutely need her in more stuff. Okay. Jag. Oh, no, wait. We didn't. Dr. Robbie lying about wearing a helmet with this patient.
He knows it's wrong. That's him knowing that what he's doing is wrong and making a conscious decision.
Yeah, he's trying to avoid a fight with his coworker, so he's like, "Yeah, of course I wear a helmet."
Or is it a little bit like you tell your kids or nieces, nephew, whatever,
Do
you're
as
like,
I say, not as I do.
yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, I always wear a seatbelt. I'm a safe person. I would never do that except all the fucking time. It's like,
You should absolutely wear a seatbelt, Jagger.
I do,
every
but
time.
like,
Okay.
actually, I picked a bad
I
example.
got
didn't have a
worried
very-
about you. I was like, please wear a seatbelt.
I didn't have a very good example because I'm very open with mine. It's like, what am I going to tell my nephew? Don't smoke pot.
It's not for you,
Smarts up.
Dewey. You don't want no part of this.
Yeah, he straight up be telling my sister, he's like, why does Uncle Jag's room smell weird? I'm like, oh, he has special candles.
It's incense.
We we had that where my brother-in-law was staying with us for a little bit, and the kids went to the garage and like, why does all of his stuff smell so funny? And I was just like, people got different smells, It is
Big
what it
world,
is.
lots of smells.
Big world, lots of smells.
All right. Okay. Jag, I know you've been waiting to do this. Dr. Javati, just go.
Guys, are you still saying that Dr. Santos is a bully after seeing, like, you could just see her metaphorical big lady dick get so huge trying to one-up Dr. Ogilvy. Like, it is ridiculous how we are trying to protect this girl. And I'm not saying she doesn't deserve sympathy. She's a human being. But some humans need a foot in their ass, and I think Dr. Javati needs a Santos, I'm assuming a women's size 8, directly up that ass, because it's 100%
Red
just
Foreman
like
style.
what does a patient get from you playing Jeopardy and like, oh, I know this term. Oh, I know this term. Meanwhile, homegirl's just like, why am I dying? You know, I'm sorry. I just had to get that out. You guys need to leave Dr. Santos alone.
Well, one, it's a teaching hospital, so we're going to get that all
Not
the time.
like that, though, in that environment is what I
No,
mean.
of course. That competitiveness between her and Ogilvy is highly inappropriate, especially in front of a patient. But I blame more Ogilvy than I do Giavatti.
She should be triggered. She's not the med student anymore, or the young one on there. Grow up, baby girl. Grow up.
But
Jag
until Santos said
these kind of characters.
I do, man.
The problem is Giavatti she wasn't doing this until Santos pointed out Ogilvy's gunning for your position. And then she was like, oh, I'm in danger. I need to protect myself by knowing more than him. So it's because Santos said something that she's acting like this. So again,
yes,
Ogilvy's
right.
fault.
Yes, you're right, and I agree with you on that. That it's Ogilvy. He's the real villain, and he I want to see horrible things happen to him. Mm-hmm. Giavatti, Jag, like I know you hate characters like Giavatti because it's not even the try hard thing. It's the immature thing. Because like the grow up is your common like come back to it, but that is her character. Like that is everything that she's going to go through this season is grow up. Like that's what we're going to get. Like that's why I can get it why she is this way, because she has that Arrested Development of like she's been told you're going to be a doctor since she was a child, and like now she's doing it, and she's been a prodigy, and she's always been the smartest person in every room, and she's never done the thing where like teenage friends poke fun at each other. Like that has been something that has been established, that even getting the nickname Crash, she's like, you're mean, you're a bully. Like that doesn't make her insufferable. It actually just means that like she's never even experienced that. Like that's what they're trying to convey to us. Like it's such an Arrested Development for her. Maybe I'm looking at it with like almost too empathetic, but like I think this is her version of high school right now.
I don't think you are at all.
Really get that,
because you made me have like a come to Jesus thought. I was like, maybe I'm treating Dr. Giavatti how other people are treating Dr. Santos. I'm on the opposite side of a stupid war is what I'm coming to the conclusion of. And that's me legitimately saying I'm wrong, because it's like Dr. Santos, I think, is a complicated character that isn't perfect, but I relate and I understand where she's at. I just don't understand Giavatti. I've had zero interest in impressing people my entire life. Like I'm just not that kind of person. And I also wasn't a prodigy, you know. Most people told me I wasn't going to be shit. It was the opposite. I run on spite, you know? So that's just so, it's just so different for me that it's hard for me to relate. And that makes sense. So I'll ease up on Giavatti. You've convinced me, Alfredo. You've convinced me.
The one thing I want to see is Dr. Giavatti's mom come in while Ogilvy's like trying to one up her, and then her just tearing him apart.
Because mommy's there, and she's just like, "Oh, mom's here. I'm gonna go."
Mama bear.
Her power level's over 9,000.
I would love that. I would love to see that, because I just, like you said, I want to see Dr. Ogilvy just get embarrassed and like pissed on shit on. Like I want him to go through the ringer, because he is a know-it-all fuck, and that drives me nuts.
Because what Dr. Giavatti needs to learn is how she's gonna upgrade and make sure that Dr. Ogilvy's not even a threat is by just being an adult. Like Ogilvy is annoying everybody. Just don't do that. Don't play that game. Go in and do your work. And they're going to be like, oh yeah, that's easy. You could take little boy man somewhere else.
I think she gives us, Dr. Giavatti gives us such like an interesting look into these doctors, because I think she's one of the people who will always be significantly different from everyone else around her because of her age, because of her living and growing experiences. Like that's another reason why you can like Dr. Whitaker, because he's like, you know, the simpleton farm boy, right? Like all these different characters give us something different. Whereas like Santos has probably been sort of like the badass even throughout high school. Like she was probably like the person who like was maybe popular in school, or she was the cut up in class that was always really smart, but no one knew she was really smart. You know, like she was the one that would like be outside smoking cigarettes in front of the school and get in trouble, but then still get straight A's. Like, does that Does that track with these characters?
That tracks.
You
I could
described
see
me
that.
again. That was...
I can see why Jagger is caping up for Santos. I get it.
Of course I know him. He's me.
Exactly.
So this episode ends with a code black, and this is where we've got another hospital that is now diverting patients to the Pitt. I don't remember what their hospital is called, but they're now going to be diverting patients over there. We don't know why. They said it could be anything from a full systems shutdown to a few doctors got a flu. Right? We know this from like teasers and trailers. This is not some sort of a spoiler. If you're bothered by this, you can leave now. Like we're at the end of the episode anyways. But it's all over the HBO Max teaser for the show that the hospital will eventually be on analog, right? And we are going to get to the point where they don't have their systems anymore. I'm intrigued. Like I wonder, how do you guys think this is going to affect the storyline that we have here? Because everything so far has been relationships and tech. How is this going to stress that more?
Dr.
We're
Al
gonna see Dr. Al
learn
breakdown.
today.
Mm-hmm. She gonna be sitting in the pediatric room crying herself like Dr. Robert was last year because her computer broke.
That pediatric room's for the doctors, not for the kids.
Right?
I wonder and cry about.
I think it's going to be a little baptism by fire. Like, I think this is going to be one of those, you talk about Dr. Javati needing to grow up. I think this is going to be one of those moments where she has to grow up. You talk about like someone like an Ogilvy who's gunning and trying to be smart all the time. Like, you're not going to have time for all the other bullshit. You're not going to have time to do that. You're just going to have to be good at your job. But you still probably are going to have, what was that?
All hands on deck as the patients come through, because like they even mentioned, like, we don't know how many are getting diverted, but I feel like they're setting it up for it's going to be like a few dozen possibly, and they're going to get overwhelmed. So it's going to be interesting to see how they all react to that. Especially, we still have that adversarial nature between Dr. Al and Dr. Robbie, where they're still kind of, I don't know, like it's almost like a pissing contest of like who's the better doctor right now. And so they're still feeling each other out on like how they work. And so when they're confronted with this influx of new patients, how is that going to trip them up, or are they going to be able to resolve that quickly?
There was an almost flirtatious moment between them. Right, I felt the eyes. It's almost like you get off on arguing with this person.
It's one of those people. It's one of those people where you fight with them. You start a fight with them just so you can have makeup sex. Yeah,
That's a little toxic, but it's fun. I get it, especially with people you work with. That's why I don't work in restaurants anymore. Besides the various reasons why I don't work in restaurants,
or hospitals.
Yeah,
Jack's walking around having sex with everybody.
Apparently, it's a little bit more loose in a hospital.
It's
people be fucking.
Restaurants and hospitals are the same
fucking.
in that regard. Like, I'm not saying they're the same. Like, I'm not saying they're the same.
And that's where the comparisons end.
Yeah, but like, if you walk in, you're like, it feels like everyone's had sex with each other. The answer is yes.
Yes.
It smells like sex in here. All right, I think that's going to do it for us here today, guys. We're going to be back again next week, as we are every Thursday night right after the Pitt airs on HBO Max. So make sure you are subscribed to Unbinged here on YouTube. You're subscribed on either Apple or Spotify. If you're listening on one of those podcast platforms, take a minute to leave a 5-star review. It helps us a lot. And we're going to be back again. We also got, what we got, guys? We got Night of the Seven Kingdoms. We just did 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. We'll be back for the finale of Fallout Season 2. And I think that's everything. Either way, we'll be back again. For everyone that is watching and listening all the way through, yep.
The Beauty's coming up, right?
Oh, yeah. Totally forgot about that. Did a great job promoting that. Yep. The Beauty's coming out. We got 3 episodes of that we're going to watch. Yeah, that's over on Hulu / Disney Plus.
Hulu, my bad. Whoopsie.
Jesus. We are
between the 3 of us, we'll get it together. We'll get it together.
Out of 3 men in their 30s that have $100 between them.
Yeah, so go check out the Pretty over on HBO. we're just on Prime Video. Out now, The Beautiful. Totally fucking this up.
Ashland Crutcher, right?
Yep. Yeah. Oh man. All right. The wheels have fallen off. Thanks everyone for watching. Let's feel it through. For myself and Jack for Koff. We'll see you next time. Adios.